Hey guys, today I'll be giving you a quick tutorial on how to texture hack Mario Kart 7. So this is pretty easy to do if you know if you have a basic knowledge of like image editing, and just if you have good creativity and stuff, then this is good for you. So first you'll need to decrypt a Mario Kart 7 ROM. I have other video tutorials on how to do this, so just look up one of those, and then after you're done doing that, you should get a romfs folder. So you're going to open this up, and then you'll see a bunch of folders. This is the game data. So you can texture edit a lot of stuff. Like you can do drivers, like YS is Yoshi, so you can edit this. You can edit like carts too, like body, like gold handle. So yeah, you can do stuff like that, but we're just gonna be doing a course. So since battle courses are the easiest ones to do, we're gonna do one of those for this video. But this does work for like pretty much any track, as long as you don't care about animations and stuff, because it will eliminate animations if you do this, but that's no big deal, because sometimes like you won't even notice it much. So yeah, first let's open up every file explorer. I will have this linked in the description. Make sure to block it from unblock it from external sources before extracting it. So let's open this up. I'm gonna make it like bigger. So there we go. Now let's hit File, Open, and then we're going to open the course that we want to edit. So just look at them. You should be able to determine the course by the file names, like DK Pass, Waluigi Pinball. You should be able to determine it. If you can't, then there's probably resources online and on dshack.org and stuff that you can go to. So I'll do Battle Course 1 since it's the first one here. So I'm going to double click to open it, and then you'll get this. This is like archive. It's just like zip and RAR and stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look for the models. Do not worry about this stuff yet. Like this is the map. This is a detailed map. This is a low quality map. So look for the file name, like BAGB Battle Course 1. Look for that under models. So this is the only one, and it usually will be the biggest one. I've never encountered a time where it wasn't the biggest one. So double click to open this, and it'll bring you to this. So yeah, I'll just zoom out to show you what it looks like before. So this is what the course looks like. So what we're going to do is we're going to click this button, this leaf button that says export, and we're going to go to our folder and then make a new folder. And my computer is running slow today, so that's why I'm running Windows 7 Classic, but a folder will appear eventually. There it goes. So let's go in here, and we're going to change this to, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, we're going to change this to OBJ. You do not want it to be .day. So hit save, and then for now we can minimize this. We can minimize this whole tab, and then let's go to our folder that we just made, and you'll see two files in one folder. We're not going to worry about these for now because we are not model editing. We're just simply texture editing. So let's go into the textures folder, and you see these are the textures that are used in the game. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to highlight and we're going to select all of them, and we're going to open them in our preferred image editing program. I prefer to use paint.net because it's easy and free. I don't have to worry about pirating it or anything. So yeah, right click, and then I'm going to click edit, and then it'll automatically open it in paint.net. because I have that set as my default one. So it's opening up all of the files up top. So yeah, so first let's just edit the grass. So if we're gonna want to do a good texture edit, there's several ways that you can do this. You can just modify the colors by doing it like this. You can just change the hue/saturation to anything you want. This is how a lot of like color texture hacks are done. But if you want something slightly more advanced, then you can do what I'm gonna do now. We're gonna import models from other courses. So we're gonna hit File, Open, and then we're going to open the course that we want to import textures from. So like let's look at Mario Circuit, for example. Let's open this up, find the model, GCTR Mario Circuit. Here it is. Double click to open it, and then these textures are right here. So instead of exporting the whole thing by doing this, we're going to export them individually. So find something that we want to put into our course. So I like this for the road, so I'm going to hit save or export, whatever, and let's go into our folder and let's make a new folder called like imported textures or something. So let's go into here and let's save it as PNG. So let's see if we want any other textures. I think that we could use this as the ramp. Where is that? Use this part right here. I think that we could, I think it would look cool if we put this in there. So let's save this next to it, and so yeah, for now we can close out of this and let's go into this. So we only saved 2 textures, but for now we're just going to do the color thing that I was talking about. We're going to go to hue/saturation, and we're going to change this to let's just do purple for now. That looks nice. So there we go. We're going to save this by clicking Control S, and it should save. So let's close out of that just to make it more organized. And let's do the same thing for here. I just hit Control-Shift-U because that's a keyboard shortcut. And let's make this green. That looks nice. So let's save it by clicking Control S again, and let's close out of this. It does not look like anything important, but I actually have experienced texture hacking this course before, so I know that this is the cloud, and if you do not like erase this completely, then it will look bad. So let's delete this and let's actually turn it into white. So since the 3DS doesn't actually load PNGs or EFE doesn't, so we're gonna save this as white, and then let's save it again. So close out, and then so what we were talking about before, this is the road that we were gonna import. So here's where it actually starts to become tricky. We're going to open up the road part that we had before, and we're going to find half of it. So I'm going to go to this, and I'm going to select, and I'm going to go down to the pixel as close as I can get. And so yeah, it looks like this is half. So I'm going to hit Control C to copy it, and then I'm going to File, New, and then if you have something on your clipboard, it will automatically have the proper dimensions, Now I'm going to hit Control V to paste it there. So now I'm going to just, now we need to compare file sizes, image sizes. So this is 256 by 256, easy to work with. And this is 512 by 128. And we don't want it to be like distorted or anything, so we're going to hit maintain aspect ratio, make sure this is checked, and we're going to make the longest side 256. So it'll be 256 by 64 now. So let's copy this, Control C, and let's paste it onto here. So let's paste it several times. So I'm going to get down to the nearest pixel. So that looks good. And let's do Control C and Control V again. And let's get down to the nearest pixel so that we can see. So there we go. Control C, Control V. I was lucky I actually got that before even zooming in. So there we go. Now this looks pretty nice. So this is what our road is going to look like now. So let's hit save. So now we can close out of this because we don't need it anymore. We don't need this anymore. And we just did this, so we don't need that anymore. This, I'm not familiar with what this actually is, so we can reference our model again. I'm going to close out of this because I don't need it. And let's go to Window and find the BCMDL. Where the hell is this? We don't need that. Okay, so so that looks like right around the edges. That texture was right around the edges of the thing. So now we're going to recolor this. Again, I just hit Control Shift U, and let's make this like this color, blue. So there we go. Let's Control S, save it, and then we can close out of it. And then this is the wall, as you can see on the outside. So let's actually go into this, and I remember that on here there was multiple things, that there wasn't just this. So if we wanted to use like one of these textures as the walls, we could do that, but we don't need to. So I'm just going to go back into this, and I'm going to open up Mario Circuit again. I'm not even going to open up Mario Circuit. I'm going to mix it up and import textures from a different track. So let's try like Daisy Cruiser, Dino Jungle, and let's find the model again. Here it is. And let's look at the textures and see if there's any like wall textures. Yeah, there's a few things that we could use. So I think I saw something up here. We could use this, but I don't think that would look good. So let's close out a Dino Jungle. That doesn't look like it would be anything important or useful. So let's try Coconut Mall. Let's find the model again. There it is. Textures. So I saw a few things up here. We could possibly use one of those as the wall texture. So I think that we should use this as the wall texture. So let's export this, and let's go to our folder and imported textures, and let's save this here. So we can minimize this whole thing for now. And then let's go back into paint.net, and let's do file open, and let's open up this. So we need to compare it to a single one of these blocks. So let's select a single block. I'm going to get down as close as I can, and then I'm going to hit Control-C to copy it, and I'm going to hit File New, and it'll automatically have it. But we don't need to make a new one. We just know that's 64 by 64. And this one is 128 by 128. So let's change this to 64. And then hit OK. And now let's do a copy. And let's paste it onto here. So there it goes. I'm actually gonna do every other one, just to mix it up a little. And then, so let's just say that this is what we want. I know it doesn't look good because I'm not making like an actual serious texture hack. I'm just doing this for a tutorial video. But yeah, so we usually, so this is like the same thing almost, just a little bigger. So let's look at it's 64 by 256, and this was, oh, it's the same thing. So let's say that we want the exact same thing. So let's do a complete copy of it, and let's paste it onto here. So there we go. Now we can save this too. Same thing with this, we're done with it. This we do not need to worry about, it's just a shadow. It's not useful to humans, only to like the game. And then this, we'll get back to it because this looks like slightly more difficult because it's like, it looks like the same thing, but it's not. Yes. Like, it looks like we already got most of this, so I don't know exactly what that'll edit, but that's where trial and error comes in when actual doing texture hacking. So now we're going to do the ramp thing that we wanted to do. So let's do a file open. Let's open up this, and let's get down to the ramp. So this is what we're going to use as the texture. So I'm going to get down to the nearest pixel, and I'm using the scroll button on my mouse, and I'm going to hit Control-C now that I have the ramp selected. And see, this is slightly off, so now we're going to stretch it a little. Usually you don't want to do this, but since this doesn't look like it'll affect too much, we don't have to worry about it. So there we go. Let's save this now. Now we can close out of it. We don't need this anymore, so we can close out of it too. We don't need this because we just got the textures off of it. So now we're stuck with this. Since our last one was almost the same, we might just want to use the same like stuff that we had. So this one is 512 by 64. So I'm going to do a file open, and I'm actually going to open up the one that we already saved. And now I'm going to rotate it to the left. I'm hitting Control-H on my keyboard. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it. So, and then I'll paste it again. I'm going to move this over. So that looks good. So now let's just save this. can close out of that, and we can close out of that. So now we're done with paint.net. So we have all of our new texture files in here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to every file explorer. We can close out of that, but I recommend keeping this tab open just so that's easier to re-import it again. So let's do File, New from File, Nintendo 3DS plugin, and then C tier graphics CGFX. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to our new folder. Then we're going to select the model that we had before. We didn't even touch this at all. And we're going to right click and we're going to hit rename. And Control C to copy the name. And then we're going to double click. Make sure that this is the same name because it will not work unless it's the same name. So hit OK. And then there it goes, it generated it. So I'm gonna move up a little so we can see what's going on. So there we go. This is our texture hack. Like I said, I know it doesn't even look good at all, but it's not as bad as some that I've seen for other games. So let's hit File and Save As, and let's make a new folder, and let's call it BCRES. And let's paste it in here, and let's call it BAGB Battle Course 1. I had that on my clipboard, so I just hit Control C. So let's save it. So looking at it, obviously I see a lot of issues, but something that sticks out to me is these white spots. What we're gonna do is, I don't know, I've never tried this before, so this might not work, but it might. So I'm just gonna copy all of this stuff. I hit Control C. I'm gonna make a new folder, and let's go inside of here. Let's paste them, and let's delete this. So File, yeah. So now I just deleted that, and let's try making a new thing again. File, New from File, Nintendo 3DS plugin, C tier graphics. Whoops, my bad. I have to restart the whole thing now because I accidentally... Oh wait, no I don't. Let's hit File, New from File. Sorry about that, I just had the wrong thing on my clipboard and I hit Control C and there was no way to go back. So... Oh yep, it didn't work. It's looking for that file but it doesn't exist, so... Yep, sorry for wasting like 35 seconds of your life. So now what we're going to do is we're going to re-import this back. So File, just right click on it and hit Replace. And we're going to find the BCRES file that we had. So hit Open, and now it's replaced. So now it's back into this, and we're going to hit File, Save. And then now I'm going to get my 3DS's SD card ready, and I'm going to put it into my computer so that I can get the file onto it for layered FS. Back in the day, like 2014 and stuff, you used to have to rebuild ROMs every time you wanted to make a new thing, but now you can just use layered FS. So I'm going to copy my original file back that was in the ROMFS, and I'm going to go to here, I'm going to paste it. I'm going to delete this because I don't need that anymore. So now let's right click and we're going to hit eject. So now I'll get back to you on my 3DS, so yeah, see ya. Hey guys, so I'm back on my 3DS, and now we're going to actually test the texture hack. So I'm going to go to Balloon Battle, and just going to open up the battle course that we replaced, which was GBA Battle Course 1. So Since this is using layered FS, it might take a few seconds to load the course. But that one loaded it slightly faster than I expected. So here we go, here's our texture hack track. So, I don't even, yeah, the clouds at the top are not as noticeable as they were on every file explorer, but they're still noticeable. And I don't like this road as much as I thought it would, because it's like, yeah, you can probably tell what I'm thinking. So, yeah, this is our texture hack. So you can use this for like any course pretty much, as long as you don't worry about like animations and stuff. If you want, I can release this in the description, but yeah, it's not that good, so I won't like make it like a proper video or anything about it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment for more videos, and I'll see you later.